Hi everybody, it's okay. So this video here is going to show the different features as far as mapping inside the new app. So you can see here that I'm actually logged in on the app, and first thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go and load some inventory. That's not really related to mapping, but since I've got that open right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some inventory real fast. It's got a batch code, so I have to have batch codes on that one. Okay. Alright, so the inventory is loaded, so I can work down here at the bottom. I can either work in routes or I can work in my all customers list. So I'm going to go into routes. Okay, so in the routes right here, here's the routes that I have listed. Now I'm going to go ahead and look at the Tony route number 24. Now right here, I can actually preview this route before I actually start the route. I can even print the route, but let's go ahead and look at the map. Once I get here on the map, I can zoom in on the stops that I actually have to do for that day. Okay, and any one of these stops here, I can go ahead and tap on them and see what they are during the day. Okay, so I can go up to the upper left corner here and I can hit the back button. And I can just go ahead and select this route, and I can say, you know what, this is the route I want to do. I want to go ahead and start this route. So I can go down here in the bottom and I can click start the route. As soon as that happens, the server at the office is going to see that I have actually logged in on this route. Okay, so now you can see the route. I can still see the map of the entire route during the day. What's really interesting about this right here is when you click on this map right here, it'll show the stops that are remaining left to do. So your drivers, whether or not you have the route in an optimized order or not, they can see where they're at and they can see which stop is actually going to be closest to them. So for instance, if I go and click on A and B right there, it shows me that stop. But if I look at the map, it's going to give me directions to A and B, but let's say I don't want to go to A and B. I can click on this one right here instead, City Mart. And I can go right to that stop instead. So let me back out of that there. Again, I'm just going to go back into the route. I'm going to tap on it. And see that I'm already occupied on it. So A and B Denison. So let's go ahead and click on the A and B. And we have more features going on here. Right here, we can click on the map and it'll give me directions right to that stop. And by clicking the little link down here, I can get turn-by-turn directions to the stop. The other feature we have right here is we can actually change the geolocation of this stop. So for instance, let's say the driver is out at the location. He says, you know what, this is not exactly where the location's at. They can go down here by hitting that little edit button and coming down here, they can confirm the new location. They can stand exactly where that box might be and go ahead and reconfirm that location. And then that'll update the geocode back at the office. Okay, and then of course if you don't want to update the geocode, you can come back. This is actually something I did at my ice company for all my locations. Google does a very good job of using it. If you have a good street address like I do up here, it's pretty dang close on where it's at. But still, that's actually geocoding exactly where the driver needs to stand to make the delivery is always probably the best way to do this. Okay, so I'm going to click back out of this. I'm not going to update the geocode. All right, but we also have the ability to just click on the address right here. And there it is again, and I can get directions right to that stop. There's my turn-by-turn directions to that stop. So two ways you can go in there. I really like the map thing here, because that way most of your drivers, if they're experienced, can go and click on it, and they can see exactly that's how to get there and say, okay, I'm good, and they can come right back out into the customer. Okay. The other thing I want to show you is merchandiser geocoding, which is different from the address geocode. The address geocode is actually the physical address where the location is. But let's say you got a location that has a box, like at my ice company, Olmsted Ice, we did a place called Middle Steel, huge steel mill, and there were different contractors on the steel mill. And sure, we can get an address right to the location, but how does that help us as far as knowing exactly where the box is at on the location, because the place is just so massively huge? You can go to the merchandisers, and this one here happens to not have a merchandiser, so let me find a location that's actually got a merchandiser for you so I can demonstrate how this works. I'm going to go to my all customers list. I happen to know that this one right here, One Stop Shop, actually has a merchandiser. Now you can see right here it says on site. That means on site means it's using the delivery address as the geocode for the location, but that can be edited. We can tap on it, and it's showing me right there all the information of all the capacities and things like that on the previous deliveries. I can go ahead and tap on it right here, and it'll give me directions on where exactly that box is at. Of course, right now it's showing the late, but it's actually right there. You can see the nice little icon right there. But let's say we want to update the geocode of that particular ice chest on the address. If I click up here on the edit button, and I can actually rename it right here and say, let's say we're using my steel mill example. I can actually go down here and say it's in the hot mill. Hot mill door 24, just as an example. Okay, and as soon as I hit confirm the new location, now let's go back and take a look at it. You can see right there, now not only does the driver know how to get to the address by the physical address, once he gets there, he can actually open up the merchandiser and click on this little thing right there, and it'll give him directions on where the box is actually located. Okay, so that is all the mapping features inside the software. So you can see your entire map. You can see your entire route on the map. You can see the map of where your stop is at. You get turn-by-turn directions to the stop, and on top of that, you can even geocode the physical merchandiser that's on the site. And it's not just one merchandiser. You can do it for multiple merchandisers that are on the site. Okay, so if anybody has any questions on that, please feel free to let me know. Thanks.